I'm so scared of this book. Of course a boy would go for a literary thriller. I want to cry. That's a very random prompt. I don't know why I would have written that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing my favourite video ever to film, ever, and that is my TBR jar picks my TBR. So last TBR video I picked 8 books, I believe, and currently we are only at the 18th of April, I think. I've got like another 2 weeks of April, but I had to do this video now, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get it filmed in time. Technically 4 books left. I've technically read half, but I do have a little bit of time left. But if you remember, if you watched the video, I put all of his Dark Materials, the 3 books, on there as 3 separate books, and I've read one of them. So technically I'm in the middle of 3 because I'm just like reading this book as one, and I will probably finish them all by the end of April. Then I only have 2 left on my TBR. Favourites and The Courting of Bristol Keats, which I don't think I'll get around to either of them if I'm going to finish his Dark Materials. When I'm editing this video I will let you know which ones I actually got around to reading, but I'm going to hope that I read 6 out of 8 of them. I didn't do terribly, I didn't do amazingly, but I did better than I've done all year on my TBR, I think. I haven't been very good at my TBR this year. We've got some new books. I just filmed a book haul actually, and that book haul will already be up on my channel, I believe. So if you want to go check out that book haul, then go check it out because I talked through these books in more detail in that video. I've added them all to our TBR cart today for us to choose from. I'm very excited. I'm literally excited to read all these books. There's not one book that I'm like, I'm kind of dreading that. So that's amazing. Got a few prompts in here. I've refilled it a little bit, mixed it around, and let's just get started. May and June are going to be the months where I finish a TBR for the first time this year. I'm telling you, it's going to happen because I'm excited about all these books and I'm going on holiday. Also, I was in not a reading slump, but a bit of a reading slog. Like, I was reading very slowly. I wasn't in a reading mood, but for the past 2 weeks I've been in such a reading mood. Would you believe me if I said 2 weeks ago I had basically every single book left on the TBR that I put on my TBR? So I'm hoping that reading mood continues into May and June and we can actually finish a TBR. Let's get the jar, or the mug. These ones I did really quick right before I started filming because I forgot that I hadn't refreshed my TBR jar, so they're a little bit dishevelled, but it says best first line. I feel like I'm not going to read the first line of all 10 of these, so let's just pick 3 and we'll read the best first line. I want to read all these books so much that I don't actually know what 3 to choose, so should we do a random generator to pick 3 and then I'll choose the best first line out of them. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A number between 1 and 10. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni could be a contender. Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one more. Oh, it's 4 again. Let's go again. 5. Oh, 4, 5, 6. So the first line of The X-Files. I hate thinking about the way it ended, but sometimes I think about the way it began, with me walking through the door of someone else's house without knocking. Interesting. I'm so scared of this book, and reading the first line is making me even more scared. That's a spoiler. I can't put in what the line is because it's a spoiler, because this is the 3rd book in a series. I'm also actually going to cry at this very minute because I didn't want to read that. I didn't actually need to read that today. I want to cry. And then The Gilded Cage. Running. It's not technically a line, we'll keep going. They had to keep running. I'm gonna keep going. The night was dark, the cold so bitter that it pierced straight through to their bones, but still they couldn't stop, not when death itself chased their heels. The random generator actually came through because these are all different genres. Got romance, romantasy, literary fiction. I know I said that I regret reading the first line of this and that it made me upset, but it also made me want to come back into this world, and I really miss all the characters of this world, and I've just been really scared to read this book because it's big. I read the second one now in September last year, so I've left it too long because I was intimidated and I was scared and I didn't want to read it because it's sad. Reading that first line, I'm like, I actually want to continue reading, so I'm going to put The Winners by Frederick Backman onto the TBR. I never know how to pronounce his name because I pronounce it different in every video, and every time I listen to it back and I think that's wrong. So someone let me know. Next one. Friend or family chooses. Alright, I'm gonna message my boyfriend. It's good that this was at the start because who knows how long he'll take to reply. Choose a book. Okay, we'll do a different one and then we'll open it. Next one is above 500 pages. I think this was the only one that was. No, actually, this one might be. This one's like 600 and something pages. I didn't think it was that long. This one's above 500 pages, Courting of Bristol Keats. Is The God of the Woods. Oh, God, they've all fallen down. Okay, The God of the Woods isn't. The only other one that maybe could be. No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to put the Courting of Bristol Keats onto the TBR. Hopefully that's not the one that my boyfriend just picked. So the Courting of Bristol Keats is going onto the TBR. I always forget to tell you what this is about. So Frederick Backman the Winners, the last one in the series of Beartown, which follows a small town who's only really known for their hockey, and basically things just happen in this town that turn people against each other, threaten the livelihood of hockey in this town, which is the only thing that this town has going for it, and so people get very aggressive, very angry about it, very upset, they turn on each other, and it's just kind of about the dynamics of this town. And then the Courting of Bristol Keats, I believe, is a human who is Bristol Keats, and she ends up going to the Feywild because she believes her father was kidnapped and taken there and is still alive. And we've had a response from my boyfriend. He said the furthest one on the left, which I'm pretty sure is this one, unless the photo was a different way around, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. So this is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, which is a literary thriller. Of course a boy would go for a literary thriller. Kidding. I'm actually very excited to read this one. And it's the one that Taylor Swift was listening to in her documentary. I hope she enjoyed it. She never actually said. It was just on in the background. I think it's kind of like a cult. I thought I heard once that it's about a cult, but it doesn't actually say that on the back. Barbara goes missing at a summer camp, and this family who own the camp is suspicious, and people think that they've done something because 14 years ago their little boy Bear vanished without a trace as well. So it's just like a mystery about what's going on with these missing kids. Set in your country. Are any of these? Fantasy we can rule out. That's definitely not. The X-Files, I feel like this is American. Like that, sorry. I've just been like, I feel like this is American. Look at that cover. That is not the UK. Okay. We don't need to look further into that. This one looks kind of, oh, this one's Irish, isn't it? We might have to do closest to home. We might have to Google. I don't think this one, I think it's American. Oh, set in London, England. But the story unfolds across England, Ireland, Paris and Jordan. This one's definitely American. This one, I feel like it will be American. Chicago, Illinois, yeah, it's American. And then my husband's wife. Ah, Cornwall. Okay, Cornwall or London. If we're going to do it closest to where I live closer to London than I do to Cornwall. And I am literally only like 50 minutes away from London. So I guess that is basically the closest we're ever going to get to a book set near me. So we'll go with the names. This one follows a mum who is naming her son. Her husband is saying you need to name her Gordon, I think it is. Yeah, after his father, because it's like a generational name. Every man, first man in the family is called the same name. But then it follows her if she chose that name, or if she chose the name that she wanted to give him, or if she chose the name that her youngest daughter wanted to give him, and the different lives that he would lead with that name, which sounds really interesting. Okay, next one. Animal on the cover. Ooh. Do we have one with an animal on the cover? Smell of a snake? No. You can always trust a snake on the cover of a fantasy. This one, surely it's got a bird. No? Oh, this one has a bird, doesn't it? No, I made that up. Oh, I tell you what, this one definitely has a bird. I know that for sure. Yes, a bird. Very small, but it's there. And I think that is it, unless this one also has a bird. No, this is the only one with an animal on the cover. So Just Friends by Hilly Pham is going on the TBR. This one is a childhood friends slash lovers to strangers to lovers, I believe. So they were childhood best friends. They eventually formed a romance, but then something happened and they separated and they come back together. And it's like dual timeline, which I love. It's like my favourite sort of romance book. So I'm definitely gonna put this one on the TBR. Set in school. Oh, I don't think any of these are set in school. Any school related things? We might have to go through my want to read on my Goodreads and see if any of them jump out at being based in school. That's a very random prompt. I don't know why I would have written that. It's a very hard one to find one for. I actually can't find one, so we might have to choose a different prompt. I'm very sorry. I hardly ever do that, but I genuinely don't even have one on my radar. Begins with the letter of your name, which is E, and there is none that begin with E. If we remove the, then the X vowel. That's the closest we're gonna get, and I don't want to choose another prompt. This one is, I believe, a second chance romance with a wedding, and I think either one's maid of honor and one's a best man, or they're both on the side of the groom. I can't remember, but they're both very important people in this wedding, and they're exes, and they have to come together to kind of solve a massive problem. It's like a second chance romance. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there at 6 prompts. I know I normally do 8, but I've been terrible at completing my TBR, and I told you guys I really wanted to finish a TBR. I think in order to do that, maybe I need to start choosing 6 books, and also if I keep choosing 8 books, I never really have more than 10 books on my TBR at a time, so it's a bit pointless making a TBR because I'm basically reading every single book. And that gives me a bit of room for mood reading, because I feel like I get really stuck and then I want to mood read but I can't because I'm like, I want to finish my TBR, and it makes me get really like stressed out and stuck with my reading, and maybe that's why I haven't been in as big of a reading mood this year. So I'm hoping by just choosing 6 books that will be better, and it also means that this TBR video structure has a little bit more point to it rather than me showing you all these books being like, which ones should I read, and then basically picking the whole thing. Although sometimes I do pick prompts and then, as you saw, get them from my want to read list on Goodreads, but then when I don't end up getting any prompts which use my want to read list on Goodreads, I then feel like there's not much point because I'm basically choosing the whole TBR. And I hope that's okay with you guys. I really am sad about it because these are my favourite videos to film, and I want to just keep choosing more and keep doing more prompts because I find it really fun to find ones that fit the prompt. I'm going to move these books that I haven't chosen down to the bottom of my TBR card, and then let's put the books that I chose back. So we've got Just Friends by Hayley Fan, The Names by Florence Knapp, The X-Files by Jessica Joyce, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson, and The Winners by Frederick Bankman. And look at that, no hardbacks to be seen. And yeah, this is my TBR. It actually looks so fun. I can't wait to read all these books. I think this is one of my favourite TBRs I've ever had. I'm so excited to read every single one of these. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe down below and turn the post notifications on, and then you'll be notified when I post more videos, which will likely be me reviewing these books. So if you want to know what I thought of these books, then stay tuned. If you want to, you can follow my social medias at _libraryofeden on both TikTok and Instagram, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye!